Hey guys, I'm Ray Alvarez and I'm a portrait photographer. Join me as we get creative with some portraits for high school seniors, both indoors and outdoors. So we have high school senior Hazy here, and we're gonna be starting with some portraits in the aisle of the library. Now, before we start off with Flash, I definitely like to start off with a base template. And indoors, that usually looks like 1/200. And in this case, I'm using a 50mm at 1.2 because I like to shoot wide open. And then after that, the ISO is gonna be 100. We usually start off with that. And I take a look in my viewfinder to see exactly what I'm working with. I pay attention to the background. I pay attention to what's going on the sides and of course the shadows. And then I place my light to where I feel that the light spill would be great. And I always like to shoot feathered. So in this case, I'm going to be adding this main light, which is the Westcott FJ250. And I'm gonna turn it on and we're gonna see where we are. But before we do that, let me take a sample shot at 1/250, f1.2, and ISO 100. Now, if I start playing around with the settings, the shutter speed, I can kind of see where the light is coming in and where the shadows are. I can also see where I need to fill the shadows on Hazy's face. So we're gonna add the Westcott T1 and we're gonna do a test shot. So usually for power, I like to start off with low power and that's usually at 1/256. Let's do a test shot real quick and see what that looks like. So in this case, I feel like it's good. I feel like we need to power it just a little bit more. There's a few extra shadows under her eye, under her chin. So I feel like if I lower the light just a tad bit, I'll be able to fill that in and I'll bring the power up by one stop and start there. So now I'm at 1/128 with the power. And that looks way better compared to the shot before that. All right guys, so I wanted to level it up just a little bit more. So I added a Westcott FJ400 version 2 in the back and it has one of the purple flexi gels. And that's just gonna make it pop right back there. So now we're gonna have a 2-light setup. So let's see how this looks now. I basically brought over the 2 lights that we had earlier and we broke it down into 3 groups, group A, B, and C. I like to work backwards whenever I'm setting up extra lights and extra gels. So group C still has the purple flexi gel and it is back there behind the pillar. Group B is the Westcott S18 Mini Flash, which was inside of the book to create this glow as if the book was coming to life. And last but not least, in group A, I have the FJ250 with the Rapid Box Octa M. So it's pretty amazing what you can do with lighting. You can literally transform a place with different lights, different flexi gels that you may use. And I believe that that's the reason why I wanted to add the 3-light setup, including the flexi gel and the S18 Mini Flash. All right, so I broke it down back to 1 light and I have the FJ250 back on this aisle with Hazy, and we're gonna go down this aisle so we can shoot through some books. Hazy, you ready? All right, so just go down a little bit more, perfect. And I'm basically going to be shooting through these 2 books here, and Hazy's right in the middle, and I'm gonna go ahead and reach out for that book. With your right hand, please. There you go. And ready? So we came around the corner. I didn't really have to move the light. Hazy brought up a really good idea that she had. She wanted to get one of those shots where the book is kind of just flipping through the pages looking really blurry. And leaving the light right where it is, I ended up just bringing down my shutter speed to 1/13 to get the shot. So while remaining in the same aisle, we decided to get a little bit more creative. Hazy decided to lay down as if she was reading a book, and I just felt like the foreground wasn't looking too good. It just looked empty and stale. So we decided to add a few more books around Hazy's head to create the essence that she's in a library and reading a whole bunch of books. All right, so we're pretty much wrapped up inside of here. Now let's take this same light and go right outside for some high school senior portraits outdoors. All right, so now we've transitioned to the outdoors, and we're gonna be working with Julian, which is yet another high school senior. And this time I've also brought out the Westcott FJ250 along with the Rapid Box Switch Octa L. And this is perfect lighting for this scenario. It is super bright out, and that is exactly what I wanted. And usually when I'm shooting outdoors, I always expose for ambient first. And what does that mean to me? That means that I want to make sure the exposure is going to be a little darker than expected. So that way the sky is blue and all of the highlights on the building or around Julian are not overexposed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to expose for ambient into my camera settings. And then once I'm ready, then I'll add the fill flash to fill Julian back into the shot. The really fun part about doing portraits outdoors is that you can literally walk 2 feet, 10 feet and find really cool places that you can get different kind of portraits. And in this case, we walked about 10 feet away from our first location and ended up getting Julian in this little corner right here where I followed the leading lines. I took advantage of the sun, and then I filled in the left side of Julian's face with the FJ250. The really cool part is that I'm not using the FJ250 at full power. There's an amazing feature which you can either use decimals, which would be at 8 for power, or if you're using fractions, it would be at 1/2. So originally, without the flash fill, the photo with ambient light looks okay. It doesn't look bad, but I love a kiss of light. And when I added that fill light, it just made Julian pop out more from the background. All right, so we've transitioned once again. We kept walking a little bit more, and we've had this wide open spot that I wanted to get a sitting shot of Julian, but I also wanted to get a full body shot because we were kind of limited in the other location. We only were able to get mid-body shots or even close-up portraits. For this shot, we're still using the same settings, the same light power, and I love using the Octa L because it gives me the opportunity to not have it so close to him, step back just a little bit, but still give me enough soft light without using the FJ250 at full power. Another benefit here is that I am using the sunlight as an edge light just for this shot. Guys, I've been using the FJ250 for the longest time now, and one of the things that I love the most is a feature called standby mode. So what I used to do back then is whenever I'm setting up my settings on my camera for ambient lighting, I used to take off the trigger or I used to turn it off, and it used to waste a lot of time. So now on the T1, I go to the menu and I tap standby mode. And that essentially disconnects the trigger from the hot shoe so you can dial in your settings with the ambient lighting. And then I go ahead and tap the screen and turn standby mode off, and I'm ready to shoot now. So as we were walking, we found this spot right here. And in this case, we don't have too much sun, which is good. We have nice, even ambient lighting, but I still wanted to bring in the FJ250 to fill in Julian on his left side, so that way he pops out more and it gives me more dimension. Don't get me wrong, the photo looks amazing with natural light, but there's just that one thing about adding flash that just makes the photo pop. And in my opinion, I think that always levels up your portrait. It's good to have an option to either use flash or use natural light. And in this case, I went with flash. All right, and just like we did earlier, I went ahead and I added a second light, so I brought back the FJ400 version 2, and this time I'm using the blue Flexi Gel. So I went ahead and used the blue Flexi Gel to spill a blue colored light on this column here behind Julian, and then I had the 250 being my key light along with the Octa L. So this is what the image looks like with ambient lighting, no flash at all. And then I worked my way backwards, just like we did earlier. I used the FJ400 version 2 with the blue Flexi Gel, and I spilled the blue gel onto this column here. And then after that, on the next shot, you'll see I added the FJ250, and you can see that it transformed the entire image. I darkened it a little bit and used the flash to my advantage to bring Julian back into the shot and also have color behind him. So this is what it looks like with ambient lighting, right? This is what people would usually get. Well, with Flash, you can play around with colors. You can bring in more dynamic lighting. You can make it look more bold and add colors. Something that you would usually do in studio, but you could bring the studio outdoors by using Flash and changing the scene just like this. The benefit about using Flash, just like the FJ250, is that you can shoot indoors and outdoors, just like you've seen before. We started with indoors, and then we finished it with outdoors. We walked around a little bit, and we got a lot of shots using Flash. I was shooting at half power most of the time, with a little bit of them at full power. I was able to be creative, create bold portraits, colorful portraits, change the lighting, especially outside, and mixing ambient with fill Flash. I really enjoy this shoot, and I do have some personal favorites, but I really want to know which photo is your favorite. Drop it down below in the comments. Thanks for watching.